Investigators say January 7th, 2020 was the last time Patrick Godwin pulled into this neighborhood here on Horseshoe Bend Lane before he was killed. The man accused of killing him now free of any charges. Tonight, we are asking why.
I was here that night, so it's something I'm never going to forget.
Colin Thurman had gotten home late that night.
Everything was roped off and everything, and we were actually escorted down the neighborhood by detectives.
A sight Colin says is hard to live with, even after 3 years.
I still don't want to believe it happened here.
His neighbor, Patrick Godwin, someone he had known his entire life, found dead in front of his home.
My dad's still shook up about it to this day. It's one of the worst, he says it's one of the worst experiences he's ever had because he was first to the scene to see it.
Sanel Durakovic was arrested and charged in the murder, but those charges now dropped.
I hate it a lot. So much, actually, and we all hate it, and it's not fair. We all know the truth.
The DA's office wouldn't give us a reason for the dismissal, but this motion filed in the case late last month by the defense attorney says, quote, "It occasionally occurs that certain items are not turned over promptly to the prosecutor by the police, rendering the open file incomplete. Immediate action by the prosecutor in securing and reviewing all case material from all state agents is absolutely critical."
Our justice system failed us.
Keisha Cheatham had worked with Patrick the same day he was killed.
I had to tell customers that walked in that the next day what happened. I had to be the bearer of bad news, and it's heartbreaking. It's not fair.
Now, the news of the dropped charges leaving her in tears.
Horrified, mad, I'm angry. I mean, who would not be angry?
Well, although investigators are no longer here, they're still trying to figure out who killed Patrick Godwin and why. He was known as a father, a husband, and a longtime hairdresser here in Chattanooga. And now this peaceful, quiet neighborhood where he lived is also trying to figure out why this happened to him. Word travels fast.
It's just shocking, really, that something like this has happened.
On Horseshoe Bend Lane.
I have no idea what would have caused somebody to do that.
This quiet Ooltewah neighborhood was interrupted with sirens and blue lights Tuesday night. Investigators say Patrick Godwin had just gotten home from work when someone shot and killed him in his own front yard. The shooter sped off. Police started knocking on doors to find out security footage of the car.
Asked if he had anything he could show from our ring, but he checked it and it shoots too high above the road.
Jean Davis's Ring doorbell wasn't any help, but her neighbor's security system sure was. Her neighbor says his cameras caught a black sports car speeding by the time of the shooting. And because there's only one way in and out of this neighborhood, the homeowner caught the car on his camera again.
I just heard a car just, through the subdivision.
Luther Cucker says a screeching car speeding by his home woke him up Tuesday night as well. Another neighbor who didn't want to go on camera says Godwin had just stepped out of his car when he was shot. She says Godwin's car door remained open for hours after the shooting. Many wonder if road rage may have motivated this unexpected shooting in Godwin's front yard. Hamilton County Sheriff's Office can't confirm if this is a motive that they're exploring, but even though investigators don't know who did this or why, they promise they won't give up on the unanswered questions until they're solved. Now today we're also learning that Godwin was a hairdresser at T's Salon. The salon owner tells us that he was a great person and a father to 3 daughters. She says that he was working several jobs to take care of his sick wife and his kids.